So you want to invest in property, but you ain't got the money. Well, good news, that's what I'm going to break down in today's video. So I'm going to break this down into the 3 M's of making muhala. So the first one is make more money. There's several ways of making more money. Obviously, if you're in your current job, then you need to be looking at ways of creating more value. Now, the easiest one to do this in is sales number 1, marketing number 2, and then every other job pretty much. So sales, obviously, because you can directly increase your performance to make more money through commissions. On the marketing side, you can find ways to bring more leads in at a lower cost basis, cost per lead, so you can convert and make your business more money, therefore making the bonuses come more likely to you. Or you could put forward a proposal to your boss. So I'd always like the sort of thing as like, listen, I'd really like a whatever bonus, a quarter bonus of X amount. What would you need to see from me to make that worthwhile for the business? Now, I wouldn't expect a quick response if this is the first time you've ever approached them, but eventually that thing can be reciprocal in nature. So, well, do you know what? If you increase this, then that's made that, then you can get that. And that's a great way of doing it. The next one, and a lot of people really hate it when I say this sort of thing, get another job. It absolutely baffles me how lazy the average person is. Now, I'm not saying every single person's lazy, and if you're watching this channel, you're probably not one of them. But it is crazy how people will work 9 to 5 and then act like there's no other time in the world. You could quite literally get another full-time job. There are countless weeks I will work the equivalent of 2 full-time jobs to keep the business going, okay? It takes it sometimes, and it's not particularly knackering, if I'm completely honest. It's just finding things that you actually enjoy, you're passionate around. My tip around that is to find something that is different to your current job role, because the different type of job makes it more excitable and gives you more energy. For example, I think the reason why I can work a 100-hour week without getting shattered, unless I'm doing it forever, is because of the diversity of my role. So for example, I'm not filming videos for you every single day of my life, as much as Alex would absolutely love that. But because there's variation, there's accounting in my role, there's sales in my role, there's media in my role, there's marketing in my role. And because I oversee most areas of the business, I'm constantly thinking strategically and tactically, staff development, company development, developing the office out, all of those sort of things. But ultimately, getting another job will quite literally add, probably not double your income, because hopefully your core role is your main focus, but you know, you can create some extra income there. The next one is outsource. So you can outsource yourself. And what I mean by this is you can find ways for your skill set to be represented out there. So Upwork is a prime example of this, where if somebody, let's say Alex, for example, obviously he films, he'll edit and things like that. If Alex were there going, do you know what? I want an extra 500 quid a month, he could probably put himself on Upwork and take on some editing tasks at, I don't know, it could be per 5-minute video, he might charge 50 quid or 100 quid. I don't know. Okay, whatever it is, but that's a really good way. And the thing is, for the person instructing their job, they're actually getting a much better return on their money than most staff members. I know that might baffle you, but you might not know this. The average staff member works 2 hours and 44 minutes a day. Now you might go, I work loads more than that. No, you don't. Alex definitely does. But the average person, 2 hours, 44 minutes a day. So if you think about that, let's say you pay somebody, I don't know, let's say 20 grand, let's say £500 a week to make it easy, but around 22 grand a year or something like that. That's £100 per work day. But for that £100, they're only doing 2 hours and 44 minutes. Let's call it 3 hours of work, which means 22 grand a year, you're basically paying somebody £33 an hour. And when you pay somebody by hour, they're getting a lot more productivity out of you, and you're a lot more productive because this should take you an hour, But if you take 2 hours, that's your problem. And if you do it in half an hour, that's good for you as well. So you start to get that on there. But yeah, when you outsource yourself, you charge more per hour than in a job. It's pretty normal. Of course, the downside of doing that full time is you constantly got to find customers, which is often why people don't actually want to do it, on top of the loneliness that it creates being on your own all the time. Next one is you can do some sort of arbitrage. Arbitrage is gaps in pricing. Really common one on this. Argos. I know this is a property channel, but I'll give an example. It's pretty cool out there. Argos, you know what Argos is, I'm assuming everyone knows that. Every other Wednesday, they bring out a magazine of price drops that they're doing for the next 7 days. You can get that magazine. You can check on eBay and Amazon what those things are selling at online. Often TVs, for example, will be selling for 200 quid more. Then what I would do is set up an account and advertise for sale these TVs for £200 more. And then each time one is ordered from Amazon, you buy another. Amazon, buy another. I did that when I was about 16 years old. Made thousands of pounds a month off of that. Okay, so there's other ways of doing that. And finally, within property, my most obvious one, deal packaging. So deal packaging, my entire business, if you guys have seen The Office at all, is my deal packaging business. Yes, I've got my education business now as well. Put education in the comments if you're interested in that. But mainly in property, I make my money from deal packaging. So in 2022, we banked 1.2 million. Booked revenue was 2.6 million. So booked revenue is what's still going through legals right now. And that's all deal packaging. And then I utilize that money to go in. By the way, if you want to find out more about deal packaging, you can watch this video. Don't worry, it'll open in a new tab. So that's the making of the money. Next, M is managing. Managing your money. So essentially cutting costs, which hopefully we've all been looking at. So I actually went through this recently as an exercise with a couple of my team. And what we did is got out our spreadsheets and we looked through the last 3 months of spending to find out just the random stuff that mounts up. For example, George in my office probably spends about £4 billion a year, give or take 4 billion, on Nando's. I go through stages of spending hundreds of pounds on Starbucks or Costas and things like that. Obviously, if you drink that at home instead of at Costa or Starbucks, you're going to save a load of money. But also what I notice is I've got a Netflix subscription, I've got a Disney subscription, I've got Amazon Prime subscription, and I can't remember what the other one was, which says a lot, right? I didn't even know. Oh, I had HBO, is it? Is it HBO? I think I watched Undercover Billionaire on there once and downloaded it for that purpose. Turns out that's £4.99 a month, and I've been paying it for the last 18 months. Didn't even realise, right? This is where the management has to come in. Now, obviously, as you make more money, you tend to get a little bit flaky on it, and it's not acceptable to me, which is why I then started looking at it again. So I cancelled that. What's the next one I cancelled? Oh, Amazon Prime. It's like, well, there's only 2 bits that I like about Amazon Prime. Number one, ordering something and getting it delivered quickly, but it honestly isn't that big of a deal. It's like 4 days, and my business has Amazon Prime, so that's ticked already. And then watching Amazon Prime on the videos. But if I've got Netflix already, how often do I use it? Cancelled that. Disney, I'll be honest, I'm watching Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. Nice little plug for you there, mate. I'm sure he's watching the channel. And once I've watched that, again, I'm going to cancel Disney, and I can't remember what the other one was. So it's just like, I worked out that the subscriptions after I went through everything, it was almost £100 a month. And it's like, do I really need that? And it's like, yes, everyone likes a bit of entertainment, but it's not doing anything to help me grow. It's absolutely not. And I'm okay with that, because sometimes you do just need to chill out. That's cool as well. But it's not helping me grow. So do I really need to be dedicating £100 a month to entertainment when I can get it with Netflix for 14 quid? So they're all deleted, they're gone. And you'll be shocked how much further you can go. So yes, there's the subscriptions. Hint, hint, subscribe. Next though is bills. Bills is a really big one. Obviously, it's been absolutely huge, but now is the perfect time to be looking at your heating. A great use of this is something called Hive. and Hive costs a few £100 to install, but then you can regulate your entire heating system from your phone. So when you're not at home, turn off the heating or put it on really low just to keep some warm water through the pipes. Over certain periods, like overnight, turning the heating off whilst you're sleeping, coming back on at 5 in the morning or half hour before, whatever it is. Now's the time, with the bills, the electric and gas being super high, now is the time to save. What about your internet? Internet's a really interesting one. You pay 50 quid a month for something that you can actually get a 3 or 4G box that will cost you £15 a month for the exact same thing. The other cool thing about having like an actual Wi-Fi box is you can unplug it and take it with you wherever you want and use it wherever you want. So it's actually much better for a third of the price. With your bills, you should be getting in contact with every single provider, your phone contract, your gas, your electric, and you can negotiate it, even council tax, by the way. And you can negotiate it. Have a conversation with those people. With a council tax, it's more like, look, it's a bit of a struggle financially. What can I do to get this down? I need some help there. But with your providers, you can say, hey, look, I'm looking to cancel. You're too expensive unless we can do something with the price. You'll be shocked how many will do that. Netflix, I don't like people doing this for the sake of it, by the way, because I do believe in people doing it. But like Audible, if you go to leave Audible, they will give you, I think it's 3 months half price. Netflix, 6 months half price. Almost all of them will do that and go, will this keep you on board? Because they know the benefit is the long-term customer. You'll probably forget about the subscription. But yes, making money is important, but where can you adapt your life? Maybe stop going to Nando's as much, stop going to Costa as much, Starbucks as much, all this lifestyle that we just inherently think we deserve, but it's such bullshit, okay? Be willing to lower the standard of your life for just a year or two. I'm not saying be miserable, but lower the standard of your life in line with what you can afford or less for a couple of years to then develop the life that most people will never have. And the final M is multiply. So this is make, manage, and multiply, the 3 M's of wealth. Now, multiplying is obviously getting your money working for you. But Jamie, we've just gone through this. I don't have the money. Well, this is where OPM comes in. Other people's money. Your network is your net worth. And it might be crazy for you to be thinking this, but there's a lot of money in circulation. You know, there's more money in the world. In fact, there's so much money in the world in circulation that there's enough for every single human being to be worth around £10 million. For everyone. Of course, then 10 million wouldn't mean anything. It would just be poor, so the redistribution of wealth would come in. But the point is, available money is out there. It's just not in your bank right now. So if you can put yourself in the right networking groups, on the right, I don't know, the right Facebook groups, in the right circles, let's think about, I don't know, pilot clubs. Really good one, because you don't have to become a pilot to go to the cafes at pilot clubs. Golf clubs. Private members clubs. Not like that. And more. Where are wealthy individuals going to? What value can you give them to enhance them? Could you joint venture? You put the time, the energy, the experience, the research into it, and they put money in it. And you might think, why would anyone give me money? Well, I myself, bear in mind, I am an active property investor. I have about £3.5 million of my personal money loaned out to people right now. Why does that make sense? Well, because I can't find all of the opportunities and buy everything. I've also got a deal packaging business where I've got to service my clients. So I will loan out to my, please don't message me asking for me for money, by the way. It's only for my mentees, directly, only my mentees. But it helps them grow their portfolio and I get a return on my money. So as an investor, that's the ultimate thing. So yes, you've got a job, which is great. And, you know, people that say JOB, just a breath. Fucking hate that. I really hate that because we all have a job. What do you think I'm doing right now? This is a job. I just happen to love it. Then, of course, you can have people working for you, but the ultimate thing is to get your money working for you. So focus on making the money. Focus on managing it. It's not just what you make, it's what you keep. And the ultimate goal, and therefore sacrifice, is multiplication. So that's me for now. Hopefully you got value from that. Let me know if there's any of this video that you want me to explore more, expand more, and give you more information on. Just let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel and you want to find out more about property investing, this is definitely for you. I'd really like it if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you did get value, just tap the like button. It'll take you 2 seconds. Go ahead, tap it, and I'll see you in the next video.